Brendan, Ashley, and I chose to research the mural Hopes and Dreams. Hopes and Dreams is a mosaic mural. It can be found by the stairs at the CTA Red Line stop at the Roosevelt station. The transfer tunnel, which leads to orange and green trains, holds the world's timeline, beginning with the Big Bang Theory and finishing with new scientific discoveries and events. The stainless steel structures in the transfer tunnel mark the changeover between each era represented in the tunnel. Each stainless steel structure has text carved into it explaining the significant events relating to the history of the Earth and universe. The mural is a very colorful one and is made of many tiles. The carved and baked tiles complete the 1,600 square foot mosaic. There are a range of colors, from dark blue hues to light pastel yellows. Each tile has either acrylic paint or ceramic glazes on it. The piece was created by people of all ages, including not only adult men and women, but also young children. The project launched in 1999 and was completed in 2002. The two leading artists of the mural are Juan Chavez and Corinne Peterson. Participants were asked to create images relating to the themes linked to the city. The mural features the cultural exploration of Project Millennium because during the development of the mural, we were beginning a new millennium. The mural takes on the form of shifting landscape. The shapes that can be found on the mural are clouds, plants, trees, forests, oceans, and other elements of the earth and space, including many more creative designs. The project was created on the museum campus and then later moved to the Roosevelt CTA Red Line station, near the staircase where it is now located. The entire composition can be seen as the human figure and how it is related to the constant human search to the understanding of our surroundings and ourselves. The Field Museum of Natural History and the Shedd Aquarium, including the Adler Planetarium, funded the money for the mural. The budgeted cost was an estimated $7.5 million, but ended up costing a total of $10 million. The mural has not been restored, nor could we find any information on restoration plans in the future. The mural has not brought much controversy to its location or the south side of the downtown loop in Chicago. Security cameras have been put up around the mural to monitor any illegal activity or damage to the mural.
This mosaic is composed of more than 5,000 clay tiles created by men, women, and children visiting the Field Museum on the museum campus in the summer of 1999. Participants were asked to create images relating to themes that link together the citywide, year-long cultural exploration of Project Millennium: origins, the environment, discovery and technology, shaping community, new directions and transitions. They also incorporated their hopes and dreams for the new millennium into their carved tiles. In examining the tiles, the artists found an additional overarching theme: the concern for and love of nature. The mosaic design takes the form of a shifting landscape. Tiles shape the clouds, plants, trees, forests, oceans, earth, and space. The entire composition can also be seen to be a human figure in nature, symbolizing the constant human search to understand nature, our surroundings, and ourselves. At the bottom, this message is also in Braille. Along the sides are the names of everyone that helped to create this mural. The two artists that collaborated on this piece are Juan Angel Chavez and Corinne Peterson. Chavez was born in Mexico and immigrated to Chicago with his family. He went to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago's early college program and furthered his studies at the school, but didn't get a degree. He instead immersed himself in art. He is a multimedia artist who is constantly involved in arts education and community-based public art. He is an established force in Chicago public art and has left a trajectory of murals and mosaics throughout Chicago's neighborhood organizations, libraries, and CTA train stations. In 2001, he decided to shift his vision from public art to 3D collage. He now focuses on large sculptures and installations made from found materials, light, and sound. His work has been nationally and internationally seen, and he has received national recognition for all the work he has been doing. A few places his work has been shown in Chicago include the Museum of Contemporary Art, the National Museum of Mexican Art, and the Hyde Park Art Center, among others. Peterson is from Minnesota and moved to Chicago to attend North Park University. She went to school to become a social worker, but she always had a love for art and started taking clay classes. She kept taking more and more classes to develop her skill and then shifted her career path to art. She has sculptures in many private and public collections including Kirkland and Ellis, Advocate Lutheran General Hospital, Deloitte, Burrell Communications, and Oakton College. Her clay murals and mosaics can be seen in various places in Chicago, including the Roosevelt CTA Red Line Station, Latin Middle School, Portage Park Senior Center, and many other Park District facilities. Her work has been shown throughout the country in solo shows all over the country, including Noyes Cultural Arts Center and Ditmar Gallery at Northwestern University, Notre Dame, and National Taiwan Normal University in Taipei, just to name a few. Peterson specializes in large and small-scale collaborative murals in clay. She has been creating public art since 1996. She has been making clay sculptures for 18 years.
The Hopes and Dreams mural located in South Loop, Chicago, inside of the Roosevelt Station, has an interesting dynamic of household income, race and ethnicity, along with a sense of community. Being able to look at the surrounding area of South Loop, we were able to conclude that the median income for 2011 was $67,000, which is a little bit higher than the average of the city of Chicago, $43,000. Being an area of a little bit more wealth, the median rent of South Loop was also a little bit higher than the usual for the city of Chicago. The average South Loop resident's rent is $1,200, as opposed to the average resident of Chicago's rent per month, which is $790. As you were able to look below, the races in South Loop are mainly white and African American. There is a small sector of Asian and Hispanic communities that are found in South Loop. However, they're definitely the minority to the African American and white families living in the area. The gentrification of South Loop is a very new, modern, upbeat area. Over 15,000 buildings have been built from 1990 up to date at 2014. That is a majority of the South Loop area that is new and very modern. As we were looking back at potential issues that have arose from the creation of the Hopes and Dreams mural at the Roosevelt Station, there are really not many controversies that have ensued. The only thing that we could put our finger on was that there is constant police coverage and surveillance cameras that patrol the area of the mural to help preserve it and avoid any damage or graffiti that could occur to the area and the mural. Outside of that, there really have not been many troubling issues for the Hopes and Dreams mural.
Okay, so when you look at that mural, what exactly do you feel?
So I feel like it's like a person that had a lot on their mind when they was doing it. They put a lot of color into it, and it like it represents a lot of history, the history behind it. So, and it's kind of inspiring me though, with the artwork, and it makes you want to do something. As far as it just makes you want to go paint.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually called Hopes and Dreams. Does it make you feel hopeful, or does it, when you look at it?
Yeah, yes it does. It has you thinking.
Yeah.
As far as the way they put the picture, like I think they got a picture up there with it's the history man. Nelson Mandela, I think he's on the wall. I think.
Is he?
I'm not sure. They might have took it down. But one of the pictures, it had like a step down the wall when they was painting it, like Nelson Mandela. Then he was pointing and went to the next one, Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. And it just kept going down.
Yeah, I think it's is it in the tunnel area?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's basically much it that to my knowledge of the wall.
Okay. Do you know how many pieces there are? How many ceramic tile pieces there are in that mural? Just a question.
Jesus.
It's a fun fact.
Them the little square tiles, right?
Yeah.
So it's gotta be over 400,000.
It's actually only 4,000.
You serious?
Yeah. I was expecting much more than that, but it's only 4,000. So, do you know who created the mural by chance? Or any specific details? Just basic questions.
No, but I can find out.
Okay.
I'll get back with you on that one.
All right. Well, that's my last question for you. So thank you for interviewing.
You're welcome.
All right. Exactly what do you think of? Like, what does it make you feel when you see that mural?
Well, it feel like, as you walking into another world, and if you was thinking about things when you was feeling kind of blue or sad that day, when you walk past, you would say, this is something different. It's pretty nice, And then you forget about, different problems that you probably was kind of like going through, or you had a bad thought about, you weren't gonna really make it through the day, or the day was kind of feel like you had a bad day already before it even started, So you see the mirror, you see like you walking into another world or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like uplift you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you would say it gives you hope?
Yeah.
Definitely. How do you know any details about the artist or any?
I don't really know nothing about the artist. I just, when I go through that stop, I just see the mirrors and wonder, who might have done this, or just think about it. That's pretty nice, Maybe they can do different neighborhoods like that, or different other places, Sometimes, when you see different arts and different things, stuff you ain't never seen before, it kind of like it uplifts you a little bit,
So do you think we should have more public art in Chicago like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I really do. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I love art.
Yeah.
So do you think there should be? They installed cameras and security so nobody would like vandalize it. Do you think that we should do that for all public art?
It all depends on what kind of art it is, if it's just basic, I think you should give it a chance to see if the neighborhoods would respect it. And if it's a little more detailed art, like, I think, kind of look real nice, I think there should be a little bit of security there, a couple of cameras here and there,
Okay. And if say later on in life the mural was to be destroyed or vandalized, do you think that people would have the right to restore it even if they weren't the artist?
Well, if the artist initial or something on the thing and you try to contact him and ask him, would you come and restore your own art, and he'd say no, I think it would be, pretty good for the people that want to do it to restore it if it was vandalized. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a win-win situation.
Mm-hmm. And would you recommend this mural for other people to go see and look at?
Yeah, anytime they get a chance, to really, it's just like seeing a free museum.
Exactly.
Walking through a free museum, but through in the city, because you're seeing people that's doing art that's, semi. Then you're seeing people that's kind of great. Then you see people that's like, what kind of art is that? You kind of like stuck wondering what it is and trying to figure it out. Then you say to yourself, I guess that's art.
All right. Well, thank you so much for interviewing. All right. So when you look at the mural "Hopes and Dreams," exactly what do you feel?
Uplifted. I mean, it's very colorful. I mean, if it's a gloomy day, then, it gives me a little bit of joy.
Mm-hmm.